comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So, fucking from here on in, now I am treading with great caution on my Iron and Cypher shares. There is some shit coming out of China at the moment that it just feels like is going to cause or precipitate, if not like now within the next like 8, 9, 12 months, a bursting of this AI bubble. Apparently China is now like very competitive with fucking DRAM memory, GPUs, AI, the entire AI stack pretty much, and they're doing it at a cost that is just ridiculously cheaper than anything the West can conjure up. So the latest list I have seen says the pricing, this is the pricing per 1 million tokens of AI processing. This is in May 2026, so this is this month. So the new DeepSeek V4 Pro per 1 million tokens, and a token is just something you write into AI and something that comes out. So an input is what you tell fucking AI to do, and the output is obviously what it gives you back. And so this is per million tokens. So at number one by a mile, DeepSeek V4 Pro, it costs 44 cents per million tokens for DeepSeek to read what the fuck you're saying, and then it outputs a million tokens and it costs 87 cents. So that's the absolute cheapest. The next cheapest is also a Chinese company, Minimax M2.7. That input is 30 cents per million and the output is $1.20. So it actually costs more to give back to you than DeepSeek. The cheapest one of any of them you will know is Grok, and we all know how fucking dog shit Grok is. That's number 3. And it costs $1.25 per million inputs and $2.50 per million outputs with Grok. And Grok's dog shit. I can't even use Grok anymore. It's fucking too shit. And Grok is still 3 times more expensive than DeepSeek. And if you compare them, I'm pretty sure DeepSeek's going to beat it. So Grok is number 3, and then it's another 4 Chinese companies that I've never heard. And then you get down to Gemini, which I think is the Google one. Is it Google? Who knows? I don't even know which one Gemini is. So that's $2 per million inputs and $12 to give you a million tokens out. So DeepSeek is 87 cents per million out, and Gemini is $12 per million out. And then we get to Claude, which is the one I'm using constantly, which is fucking great, but it costs $5 full for a million tokens in, and then it costs $25 for a million tokens out, compared to DeepSeek, 44 cents and 87 cents. I'll just repeat that. $5 compared to 44 cents and $25 compared to 87 cents. Now, some of the assumptions and why AI has run so fucking hard over the last year or two is the assumption that the US stack, which is like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, Gemini, this stack of fucking AI companies are going to dominate the world and no one is going to be able to compete. Well, the Chinese companies are not only competing, they are undercutting the price by orders of magnitude. And maybe at the high end, like maybe at the coding end and all that sort of shit, Claude and these things are going to fucking dominate the real high end, the corporate end. But your day-to-day fucking dude in Indonesia who wants to access fucking AI just for day-to-day shit, Indonesia, the whole fucking Muslim world, South America, Central America, like India, you're talking like a few billion people. They're not going to be paying Claude prices. They're not going to be paying ChatGPT prices. They will be happy with something that is slightly better than Grok and 10 to 20 times cheaper than Grok. You know what I mean? So the assumption that this Silicon Valley fucking US AI is going to dominate the entire world is now fantasy, which means once this flows through the system, once everyone figures this out, the AI build out that these hyperscalers like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, maybe Gemini's Microsoft, all these companies that are fucking pouring in trillions of dollars, that's not going to continue. It can't continue because you can't compete. You can't compete on price. So you have to innovate. And the reason China has innovated is because they cut off the GPUs, NVIDIA GPUs to China. They put on fucking controls so Chinese companies couldn't import the GPUs. And they're like, all right, well, Huawei are just going to fucking build their own and we'll make do. And what happened was they made a more efficient AI, which is DeepSeek, with much, much less power because they didn't have the processing power of the NVIDIA GPUs. So they made a smarter AI, a much more efficient AI that needed much less power that still is a frontier model. And all the while doing that, they continued their lithography fucking progress as well. And now their GPUs are catching up and their memory is already caught up. And now shit is getting very sketchy. Jensen Seng or whatever the fuck his name is, the NVIDIA guy, Henson Wong, Jenny Twang went over to China with the rest of the fucking technocrats and they're like, yeah, we'll sell you GPUs now. We'll sell you NVIDIA GPUs. And China like, we don't actually need them anymore, but thank you very much for the offer. We've got our own and we're going to protect our industry and we're going to develop something that eventually is going to be better than yours. And not only that, we are also going to make all of it open source as well. So anyone can just use it. You can develop on top of it. It's fine. Which means these companies that are protected, like the ChatGPTs, the Claudes and all this sort of stuff that are like almost strategically important now to US security and they're being propped up. There seems to be a time limit on this now. The clock is ticking and I feel like this bubble is bursting. And once that bubble bursts, the NVIDIA bubble will burst, which means the iron bubble will burst, which means the cipher bubble will burst. I'm sure it will go up a little bit from here, but I am decoupling from this. Over the next fucking few months, I'm going to be strategically rotating out of iron and cipher, and I'm probably just going to buy some Bitcoin. That was the original plan. I'm sticking with it. So I'm just letting you know, anyone who jumped on board, just be vigilant now because I think we're in a very precarious stage now. Shit's getting real and you've made a fair bit of money out of it. It may be time just to cash it in. Anyway, I just thought I'd fucking let you know again. Nobody's been more bullish on those two companies than me, but I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something in my gut. So do with that information what you may. That'll do for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.